for Los Angeles. They've each got tons of offensive weapons. So much so, they don't even use all of them all of the time. Todd Gurley, I'm looking at you, Sean McVay. Reggie Wayne, if you are the Rams, which weapon of the Patriots do you focus on taking away first?
Oh, you better get your eye on James White. He's a problem over there. Guarantee you, when New England Patriots turned on last week's game, the thing that sticks out the most is James White versus the linebackers. Extremely talking about Corey Littleton, who struggled covering Alvin Kamara. All day he was in chase mode. He saw Alvin Kamara's jersey, name on back his jersey all day. So if you're going to find out some way to stop him, you got to stop James White, because I can tell you, we can go back all the way to 2 Super Bowls ago, Super Bowl 51. Yeah. Tom Brady, James White. James White set a Super Bowl record. He had 14 catches. You better find a way to get him stopped, because a lot of those passes that we're not seeing with Gronkowski, those passes are going to James White, so he's adding up for that.
But that's one of the things that make him so dangerous, because they make you play everybody. And if you try to take away James White, they're just going to hit you with Sony Michel. They're going to throw Gronk in there. They're going to sprinkle Edelman in there, little Chris Hogan, and they make you defend the whole field.
All right, so same question, other team, though, Reggie Bush. We all talk about how the Patriots are so good at taking away that one thing that you do best. What is that thing?
I think right now the player that you have to take away if you're the New England Patriots has to be C.J. Anderson. Right now, he is running the football with a purpose. He's running the football like he has a lot to prove, and he probably has the freshest body of anybody on that football field right now. I think he even admitted to that himself. He is the engine that makes this offense tick, and he is the reason why the play action is wide open right now for Jared Goff. So if I'm the Patriots, you take away C.J. Anderson, you start with the run game there, and that kind of gets you going in the right direction.
It's so funny that that's the answer. This is this high-powered offense we talked about all season long. That's a guy they didn't even have until week 16.
Didn't even have him. One thing about C.J. Anderson, I look at this almost kind of like the Nick Foles feels. He brings extra energy to that offense. So whenever he's in there, you just see a different Rams team than you do with Todd Gurley.
Is there a matchup in this game that the Patriots can exploit?
It's got to be Jared Goff. Young quarterback, new experience for him, bright lights, cameras everywhere, everybody's watching. I think the Patriots are going to have to send the house at him, make him get confused, disguise defensive back fronts, secondary looks. Do everything you can to make him think, get him uncomfortable. You don't want to have him back there sitting back and just playing pitch and catch with these receivers. I think Bill Belichick would dial up something funny and get something often to make him struggle.
Yeah, he answered the call, though, this past weekend. What about the Rams? How do they get a matchup advantage?
Well, I kind of want to play off your point from our production meeting. I want to see Todd Gurley and C.J. Anderson in the backfield together, because they have not shown that all year long. And when you play the Patriots, you're playing against the ultimate chess player in Bill Belichick. So you need to have a few formations that you have not shown, a few wrinkles in that offense you have not shown. And Todd Gurley is extremely dangerous in the pass game, especially when you get him matched up on some linebackers. And now you have C.J. Anderson and Todd Gurley in the backfield. Think about what that looks like to a defense. That's scary when you see both of them in the backfield, especially the way they're playing right now.
Yeah, and if you sell out to stop C.J. Anderson, you can just check out of the play and get it to Gurley, right?
Yep, that's it.
I'm just saying. You heard it during the broadcast on Sunday. The Rams don't use very many offensive personnel groupings. Just 2 used in that game against the Saints. 11 and 12, both of those call for just one running back. Like Reggie said, we haven't seen them on the field at the same time.
All right, back to the play from the NFC Championship game. The missed pass interference call against Nickel Roby-Coleman, who admitted that it was pass interference and helmet-to-helmet contact and a defenseless receiver, but no flag on the play. Social media handled this the way you think social media would handle it. A group of Saints fans have filed a class action lawsuit to try and get their justice as they see in their eyes. But football practicality, Mike Garafolo, would say 31 other teams were looking at this saying, whoa, what if this was us on Sunday? What are people around the league saying today, Mike?
Well, absolutely. And you saw Gail Benson, the Saints owner, release that statement yesterday saying she's pretty much going to do anything she can to make sure that there are some elements in place next year maybe that could prevent something like this. That would be replay. I mean, and that's been the discussion the last couple of days. But just in talking to team officials and league officials, yes, it is going to be discussed with the competition committee ahead of the scouting combine next month at the league meetings in March as well. But the problem is it gets to that slippery slope. Are we now going to open up everything to be officiated by instant replay? That is something that the league does not want. Of course, nobody wants a play like this to affect the outcome of the game, but it just opens up so many other problems in the eyes of those involved in the decision making here that I just don't see any changes coming up. Maybe for, as our colleagues Steve Weiss and Judy Batista tweeted out earlier today, maybe for a call that's made, then you can challenge it and they could pick up the flag. But for non-calls, both Judy and Steve, and from what I'm hearing, we are all saying that is extremely unlikely.
Yeah, you get defensive linemen who say holding happens on every single play and doesn't get called. It could open up a box that they don't want to right there. Mike, here we are in basically hitting to late January now. 2 teams remain. That means it's time for us to start thinking about veteran players who are deciding to play again or maybe hang up the cleats. I want to throw out one specific name to you, literally hanging up the cleats as he did one time in his career. Beast mode, Marshawn Lynch. Is he going to come back to the Raiders?
If they play in the Bay Area, I believe it is an option for Marshawn Lynch and something that he will explore. If they don't, I believe there's no chance. I'll put it to you that way. But John Gruden said today at the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, that he would welcome Marshawn Lynch back. I mentioned back in October when Lynch went on injured reserve that Gruden told him back then, we would love to have you